Forex Trade the News. What are the odds? Here's one of the videos used in the Forex ebook series, Forex Trade the News. What are the odds? Published in the Kindle Books department on Amazon. This ebook is the 8th in the series and documents 3 setups and trades conducted over the last 2 years, along with charts and links to the YouTube videos. There are 3 videos illustrating the setup, progress, and results of the monthly release of the U.S. Existing Home Sales Report. Today's video represents the news report released on Tuesday, January 20th, 2011 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time U.S. This video is a presentation by the blog, fundamentalforexblogging.com. Here's my prelim setup for a trade, starting with my market orders, a sell order and behind it a buy order. Here are the units I am trading. Here is my stop loss. The stop loss is important in cases of a spiked reversal. Early on, my broker spread shown here is small, but may increase just before the news release, which will be shown later in this video. Next is my plan in case there is a surprise to the market. The plan tells me which action to take if the actual report is different from the forecast. Down here is my time. Here are my trigger points. I need to get the news report as soon as possible, so I use the Forex Factory's calendar. They have an actual pending button which will give me the news report within a minute or two. By refreshing the calendar page, normally about 4 minutes before the report release, the green buttons will appear. With only about 15 seconds till the news release, broker spread is at a negative 87 cents and remains there throughout the video. It is now time to get the news release. I use the Forex Factory calendar with the news release buttons, those green buttons in the calendar. At times it takes a few clicks of the actual report buttons to get the report. This time it took only 14 seconds and 2 clicks to get the actual report release. In this case, the existing home sales actual report of 5.28 million came out higher than the forecast of 4.88 million by 400,000 and higher than the trigger point of 5.08 million by 75,000. And that is not all. It came out higher than the previous report of 4.68 million by 600,000 and higher than the revised previous of 4.7 million by 580,000. This report was good for the U.S. economy, and the traders were buying the U.S. dollar, but they were not buying the currency pair U.S. dollar versus the Canadian dollar, which I was trading. They did start buying the currency pair US dollar versus the Canadian dollar about 14 minutes later, but by then it was too late. I had entered 2 buy trades and lost both. However, 2 currency pairs, the euro against the US dollar and the British pound versus the US dollar moved very well for nearly an hour, about 80 pips. And the currency pair US dollar versus the Japanese yen moved well for about 8 minutes, for 25 pips. In spite of the good economic news for the U.S. economy, traders were not interested in selling the Canadian dollar and buying the U.S. dollar as much as they were in selling the euro, the British pound, and the Japanese yen and buying the U.S. dollar. I was using a 15 pip stop loss for the two trades, and the market hit both 5 and 7 minutes later. The odds were in favor of the U.S. dollar, just not for the U.S. dollar versus the Canadian dollar currency pair. Here's my first stop out. Following is the chart showing an hour into the news release. This is the chart for the currency pair U.S. dollar versus the Canadian dollar, showing two trades entered during the release of the U.S. existing home sales report on January 20th, 2011 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. This report was very good for the U.S. economy, so I entered two buy trades of the U.S. dollar, selling the Canadian dollar. This was the wrong currency pair for a trade. I could see that the market was moving in the wrong direction and exited both trades early, limiting my loss since my stop loss for both trades was 15 pips. The actual report was favorable for the U.S. economy, but my choice of currency pairs to trade was way off. Anyway, I thought the report was good for my plan, which called for selling the Canadian dollar and buying the U.S. dollar. Wrong. I started posting this news release on my blog in July 2009. This video is presented by the Fundamental Forex blog and has been presented in an ebook series titled Forex Trade the News, What Are the Odds? Published in the Amazon Kindle store under the title Trade US Dollar Existing Home Sales Reports Month Over Month. Click the link below this video to check out additional Forex ebooks I have published on Amazon. Thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.